you, and welcome to our first ever Thirst Live podcast recording. So right now, Netta and I are in Toronto, live with the one and only, the MVP of the Real Housewives of New York, Miss Sonja Morgan. So insane.
And I didn't realize there was going to be this many people here, because usually we just get drunk in our little podcast studio alone. And I'm not used to this, so I need to drink some more.
Yeah, it is different with an audience, but we're super excited because I feel like the one thing that brings us all together is just the love for the Real Housewives, Sonja, reality TV. So let's kick things off. How did you feel about that episode?
Well, I love the episode because it really sets the tone how we may vent on each other as real girlfriends do, like family and sisters do. But we're there for each other when needed.
Yeah.
And the very first seconds of the episode, you see that Joanne has a relapse and she's embarrassed by it and ashamed, but she has the courage to go back to rehab. She knows what she has to do to take care of herself and to take care of her children foremost. And then Bethany, who is in such a good place, wow, she loses her rock, Dennis, who even more importantly was there for her daughter. So then you see her still carry on though. I love when Luann goes, I don't want to see Ramona either. That's so great, because I feel that way about Ramona a lot. I have a hashtag Ramona with the sexy J. So I love Ramona.
How are you guys right now?
I love Ramona. I always love her, and
But
we're all very close friends. But I love the fact that New Yorkers can really, the New Yorkers have meat on them, and we can use our words and we can discuss things, and at the same time let the arguments go when we need each other.
So you mentioned that you were starting off this episode, or this season, a lot lighter. You're in a new home, and you're focusing on your fashion. So talk to us a little bit about that. What inspired that drastic change, and how are you doing with your fashion right now?
Well, the thing is, I've been talking about it for so long, how the house had become physically and emotionally, a lot for me. Just going up and down the stairs and taking care of the gardens and the sprinklers and the garbage disposal and the 9 toilets that, Dorinda was complaining about. I did that to give my daughter stability. She was born in that home, and now that she's 18 and she's off to college soon, I said, now it's time. Now it's time for mama. And I was dating guys before who were kind of like place cards, not to be rude about it, but they also probably looked at me as a place card. It was like Mr. Right Now. So now I'm doing me, like you said. I'm putting all this creativity into my fashion. I just launched my pret-a-porter, my ready-to-wear. Everything's under $200. This dress is Sonja Morgan. I've been wearing Bethany's Skinny Girl brand jacket. Just more time for my friends. Past seasons they were saying I didn't have time for them. I was in Paris eating croissants and not going to museums. Now I have more time. I have a 2-bedroom with a balcony and a fireplace. And pink walls. And it's just me and the poodle, and more time for me, more time for fashions, and more time for my friends and my daughter, of course.
More time for you to date, or?
Well, now less time more time for me. I spend more time alone in the apartment and traveling, and with my girlfriends. But I'm more serious about who I date.
Yeah. Well, you
someone I can.
You can't just say that.
More self-care, more about who I want to spend my time with, more long-term. Somebody I want to spend my life with.
What is your dream man, physically and mentally? Let's start with physically.
Well, I have a lot of men in my dreams, but and there's a lot of guys that get me there. But for my future, I like someone older who has a lot of experience, who's not a kid in the candy shop, and doesn't need me to fulfill his, the people she knows, or he has something to sell. I really, when I meet somebody and he's selling something, I'm like, is he with me because he wants to be on the show?
True. Does that affect you when you meet men?
Well, if you've seen me over the years, I don't have guys on the show that are with me to be on the show. And I'm sure you've seen some housewives where there's a lot of us, there's more than 75 at any given year, that do have guys that are with them, I think, to be on the show.
How were you able to get marrying someone that you were with? Because if that was me, I would cut them off in an instant. Like, no, I can't. I would set their house on fire.
Luann was at a point of no return, and I know Luann very well. We're very close. And I just stepped aside because he was just my party friend and a good old guy, you know, on the Upper East Side. And so for me, it was like, okay.
Do you still talk to Tom?
Because, you know, remember Luann used to say, we're getting married, Sonja.
You guys are just jealous.
Yeah, so now she's very focused on her cabaret, and I join her for her cabaret appearances because I'm going to cabaret less. I don't have to try hard to do cabaret less. That basically just means I haven't put my garments on properly and they fall off what I did before. But I have a really good time with Luann, I always do.
Awesome. Well, so you're no stranger. You're very open about your sex life. Do you get a lot of backlash for that, or how is the response online? Has it been more receptive? We love it personally. Our podcast is called THYRST.
It's an enigma because I know a lot of public figures do get a lot of haters and backlash. Somehow I just get a lot of emails saying, you're very real. I don't really want you around my son, but you know, when I signed up for the show, that was the deal. Going from a very private life, married to a very prominent family with a daughter who has that legacy. You know, at first I said no. Season 1, I was like, no, I can't. They asked me when Jill Zarin was the first girl signed up. I said, I can't do it. I don't know where my daughter's at in 2005. She's 5 years old, and my divorce is not final. But then I saw how well the girls were doing, and how well the children were doing, and how it helped their charities, and I said, I'm back. And they took me. And I can't tell you how great it's been for me and my daughter and my charities, you know?
What's been the most shocking thing to you from watching the show to being a housewife? Like, the thing that shocked you the most?
Well, I shock myself every effing day. I think it's what keeps me young, and, you know, I'm an artist. I've said that before. People laugh, but I think I proved it because I do have my signature fashion collection. I have my ready-to-wear, I have my shoe collection and my perfume, and I hope to come out with my men's shoes soon. So I am an artist, and I don't really, I can't tell you how it feels. I'm used to being shocked by myself, but since I was a young girl.
Was there anything that like made air that you're like, oh crap? Like what is your one moment where you're like, I wish that didn't make air?
I really, again, everything that I've done on the show, I'm like, that's what I signed up for. I want the viewers to live through me to say, you know what, my life's not so crappy. She cooks in a toaster oven, and she can't afford to pay for this, and she's very focused on her daughter, and her friends go to rehab and lose their loves of their life, and you know, and she gets by through humor, or sometimes she just wants to go to a gay bar and get shit-faced. Yes, so, you know, I'm going to show it. I don't want to be duplicitous doing reality TV. So it comes with the job. It really does.
So let's shift gears to fashion. You're, you know, doing Sonja by Sonja Morgan. Who are your fashion icons right now? Who are you kind of, you know, inspired by?
Well, you know, I did go to FIT for fashion, but I'll tell you, I've always been, I'm a marketing major. My bachelor is for marketing. So let me tell you, I've always loved Ralph Lauren, Dolce & Gabbana, Diana Furstenberg, very smart people about, yeah, you're selling fashion, but I don't go so trendy. Like this outfit you can wear anywhere, day to night. I like to be able to sell something that's an investment.
So who is the Sonja by Sonja Morgan woman? Who is the woman who wears that?
Well, the signature collection is $250 to $1,200, so that's a professional and
bougie.
And very bougie. I'll tell you, our viewer, they are, you know, graduate students, doctors, lawyers, you know, Cipriani for lunch people. And now I finally have been able to afford, with my partner, to come out with the under $200 line. This is under, you know, I have the caftan you saw and the blue dress you saw, those are $50 items.
Wow.
And they're beautiful. And that little white dress is $60. So I'm so happy, but first you have to start with a signature collection. You always have to, as a designer, have a signature collection. And to be on reality TV and to establish yourself as a designer is really hard. It's sort of like when I was a model and then I tried acting, they say, oh, but you're a model, you're not an actor. Oh, you're a reality TV star, you're not a fashion designer. And yes, I did party with Madonna and John Kennedy all the time. If you get a chance, watch on Netflix the documentary, Studio 54. I was 14
Tell us
years
some
old.
stories. What's your most iconic story from that?
Well, you'll see Halston was there, and Bianca Jagger, Sylvester Stallone I met those days.
Most famous person you hooked up with at Studio 54.
No, but you already know, you've read that. I mean,
Jack Nicholson, Owen Wilson.
I never slept with Jack. I hung out with him and we talked all night. So Jack was later in my years. That was the limelight days. After, after the boys got out of jail, the Studio 54 guys, they opened the Palladium and it was the Michael Todd room and all that. Really, yeah. No, way before I got married, I met everyone. I had a ball.
So wrapping up fashion, we're gonna get a little bit messy. Who besides yourself brought the best fashion in this upcoming season, and who has some work to do?
Well, I have terrible fashion faux pas, and also I have some real bloopers coming out of my mouth. But that's because you have to take a risk in fashion, and you also in comedy you have to be given some kind of creative license. And I get mad when people used to attack Joan Rivers. I'm like, give her a break. She's a comedian. Or Richard Lewis, give them a break. But best fashion, I'm going to give it to Bethany. She has her shit tight and right.
And the worst, because you're not going to skip that.
Oh, Ramona. I see my girl Ramona and one more royal blue. Sorry, Mom. I actually wear a lot of royal blue right now because I'm a cool scoting spokesmodel. That's our color. But Ramona just made a whole, and you two over there, she just made a whole season out of royal blue. I'm like, huh. And then Ramona also with those tennis hats with the open top. But you gotta give it to the girl Ramona. She gets more action than a. And she really, really looks amazing.
She does.
I mean, all my girls do look amazing, but I just give it to Ramona. She has more energy. Oh. I'm at the Big Apple Circus, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. How fast is my Uber? 8 minutes is not fast enough. Like, get another one, 2 minutes. And she's like, I have to go now. I'm meeting a friend. I need a corner table. We're gonna have the chicken with the truffle stuffed up its butt and that wine I like.
She do that. Ramona is when she was walking down the runway with her eyes wide open.
Iconic.
Would you ever have her model for you?
Oh, I would definitely. You know how many followers she has? I remember when Kardashian was on Piers Morgan and she said, I know where you're having me on because I have a lot of followers. I thought that was so cool. And she's like,
Okay, so speaking of the Real Housewives, what other cities do you watch?
well, I was very happy to have this time tonight. It's been really great. I want to thank everyone, by the way, to be able to watch my show. And not have to be the one paying the liquor bill this time. I have a gay party every Wednesday night to watch the show, but I have to watch it in advance to do the blog.
Sure.
And I kind of like speedily watch it to be able to sit here and relax with really cool people and just sort of whisper in their ear and say, what'd you think of that? Or, I actually teared up with Louisiana and Bethany. To have to relive it is a little hard. I can't imagine what they're going through watching it again. But I do watch, if I'm on an airplane, I love to watch Beverly Hills. I'm gonna look at you. I want to see the hair, the dress, the shoe, the rings. What is she wearing? What is it? What color is your lipstick? Like, you fit right in there in Beverly Hills.
Oh my god, you just got complimented by Sonja Morgan!
Yes! Let's give her a hand! Look at us, parents right here in the back. Hot couple over there.
Those are my parents!
They're hot.
Okay, so you're branching off and doing comedy and kind of improv and stuff. Why don't you talk to us about that? What's next in that kind of realm?
Well, I've always been the class clown, and my mom always said if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And so I've been that person as the oldest of 4 children and a mom who was divorced. So I just recently did Improv Asylum, which is from Boston, and now they're in New York, and they actually pay their comedians. Not that I haven't done things for free. And I did Sex Tips for a Straight Woman by a gay man off Broadway, and I was really proud of that. My daughter's like, Mom, who gets to do off Broadway? Do it. And that was 90 minutes of scripted. I can't remember what I did 90 minutes ago. Except the tuna fish sandwich was really good. Wasn't it, Alex? It was great.
Okay, do we want to do our Thirsty 5
We want to do the
question?
Thirsty
Yeah. Is that like the Andy Cohen plead the fifth?
Basically, but you don't get a plead the fifth.
You don't get a plead the fifth.
When does Sonja Morgan ever the shot or something like that?
Yes, for every answer you don't, every question you don't want to answer, you have to do a shot with us after. That's fair.
Can I do like a jail sentence where I've had time served?
Fair. Okay, I'll kick things off. Who from the Real Housewives of New York right now would you let go?
The new girl.
Cash shake-up.
Fire her.
Harsh. I'm gonna have to say Barbara. Because she just came on. She's one of my oldest girlfriends. She's a good girlfriend to lose. And honey, she didn't even get an apple.
No, ma'am.
So I'm of the current cast. I would have to say her just because that is the practical answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair.
Do you prefer hot guy, rich guy?
Gotta pick one.
Hot guy.
Okay. Would you
You
rather
know the
have?
answer, right? I love a hot body and a hot cup of coffee the next morning.
Okay. Would you rather have sex on a private yacht or a private jet?
I'm gonna have to say a yacht. And I would like it docked in case I need to get off. Because I'm not getting off. On a jet, that's awkward. You can't say taxi. Or maybe I should say Uber. I like to make a getaway when it's not happening.
I don't know why all my questions are about sex, but craziest place you've had sex.
Well, I think I told the story before, but if you haven't heard it, you should try it. I was in Nantucket with my friend Michael Lorber, and you probably know I'm best friends with Michael Lorber and Josh Flagg. I was just with him, went to his wedding. Hammock. I did it in a hammock in Nantucket, and one of my friends said they wanted to watch from their bedroom, and they were gay. That's hot. Yeah, when a heterosexual couple's having sex in a hammock and you have a gay friend that's gonna watch, it's like, it's kind of hot when you're best friends. Let me show you how it's done. The hammock was a rocking, and it was sort of like the Big Apple Circus. More like Cirque du Soleil.
Yes.
We are in Canada. I don't know if any of this is going to be allowed.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys don't even have crime shows on your channel. Trying to find one of those like murdered in the backyard shows.
There's crime shows on Hey
Murdered by
You.
siblings.
If you go on Hey You, there's a bunch of
I
crime
watched
stories.
Dr. Phil and I watched Dr. Oz.
So I think we know the answer to this, but are you a top or a bottom?
Well, I don't get on top anymore because I'm just too damn tired. I'm Sonja Morgan. You are a hot guy with muscles. Use them.
Alright, first housewife that comes to mind.
That was a heterosexual point of view. Now, my gay friends are all like, oh my gosh, you're a bottom? I'm a bottom. And I'm like, calm down. It's called double entendre. Like Grey Gardens. Nothing great about these.
Okay, first housewife that comes to mind. Who's the shadiest, Sonia?
Who's the shadiest housewife? Fucking Ramona.
Who is?
Ramona will pull the carpet right out from my knee. And believe me, even Bethany doesn't do that. She does go down, sleep. No one needs to pull the carpet out from under me.
What if we open that to any franchise?
Yes, any franchise, any housewife.
Where would I go?
Who's? Oh yeah, where would you
Oh, I
go?
love LA just gave that up, but I love LA because of the cars, and you can drive everywhere, you can get a massage, you can get your dog groomed, get your car washed, and I just love it. Whole Foods, healthy, you know, I love it. So I always want to see what those girls are doing, who's doing their hair, their makeup, their dentist, their boob jobs, love it all.
So out of Beverly Hills, who would you fire? As a fan, you're watching.
Fire
Who's
where?
boring to you? Beverly Hills.
Who would I fire on Beverly Hills? I don't even know who's on Beverly Hills. I do have friends on there. I have friends on there, but I don't know who's on there that I would fire, because I just know who are my friends.
You guys say Teddy?
Yes! Oh, I met Teddy at Josh Flagg's wedding, and I went home before the entree.
Dorit.
See?
I think Kyle needs to go. Dorit over Kyle.
Kyle could do a split in a white suit. And she can sing, "We are family." I know my sisters and me. She did that at Andy's baby shower, and it got everyone going.
So speaking of
She
that,
feels like family to me. I would never want to fire Kyle. Never.
before we open it up for a couple audience questions, what is one thing we didn't see from Andy's baby shower on social media?
Oh, good one.
There's everything. You've seen everything.
On social media?
Because when you get those bitches in one room with cameras, with assistants with cameras, and I know I brought two, you're gonna see it all.
What's
From
one
every
thing-
angle. I think I saw Lisa Rena's everything from everywhere.
Oh, jealous.
You didn't see it? Oh, wow.
Okay, so like, what's one thing that you wish had made the show that hasn't? Out of all the seasons.
Oh, wow. There have been so many things that were caught and then did make lost footage. I don't know. Wow, that's a really good question. Oh, wow. You're blindsided. What did I do to make it? I don't know. I think most of the stuff I do makes it. If you do it salaciously enough and talk about poop or sex, it's
Okay.
We're basically a bunch of children.
Fair. We're gonna open it up. Does anyone in the audience have any questions for Miss Morgan? What's up?
Okay, I want to know, if you could take any husband from any of the houses.
Yeah, you all were just talking about firing Kyle. Yeah, let's Kyle's gonna head back.
Right?
Kyle's husband, wow, beautiful. And I met him, he's really nice. And of course, I'm just saying I don't do this, but I would never do this.
So for the podcast listeners, the question was, whose husband would you steal from any housewife? And the answer is the fine-ass Mauricio.
But I would never steal a husband. As you've seen over the 10 years or 11 years you've been watching, I don't steal other people's men. I find my own. But you do know the other housewives do recycle my men.
Okay, any other questions from the audience? Yeah, Alex?
Who is Netflix and chill?
Who is Netflix and chill?
Oh my God, I'm just looking at you right now. Let me go start from the bottom up. I'm gonna pass out, because I know my hairdresser did.
My real question is, what is your biggest regret between season 3 and season 11? Do you have any regret from the show?
So the
No,
question is-
really, I don't regret anything, because when I turned it down season 1, I wanted to wait and see if I could really sign up for it and do it. When I do something, I commit 100%, and I promise you, what you see is real, and that's what I promise to give you. I can't regret it. That's why I'm doing it, so that you can say, she's the realest housewife. She takes up those curtains, so if she's about to come, they don't interrupt that. Don't get distracted. Girls are different from men. They can't be distracted by the curtains.
Okay, what's your question?
Do you guys miss Carol, or did the time come to say goodbye?
Do you miss Carol? What happened with
Well,
Carol?
Carol wasn't my best friend, but I'll tell you what I miss. I was very hurt for Bethany, because Bethany spent a lot of alone time with their kid. If you are divorced and you have a kid, like I did, you do spend so many hours feeling so alone with your kid, whether it's taking them to Disneyland or to church or putting their snowsuit on. You feel really alone when you're going to court and you're paying lawyers that seem to care more about your money than you and your kid, right? So when she had Carol, I was so happy for her. That's all I know. I didn't like that the friendship disintegrated and that Carol couldn't seem to let it go. That was my point of view. Carol couldn't move it forward, and when you're on a reality TV show, you gotta keep it moving, and real friends do keep it moving. Let it go, let it go.
Was it Carol's decision or not Carol's decision to not be on this season?
That I can't say because I would probably violate trust among executives, but I think you can probably guess whoever leaves the Real Housewives.
Right?
Yeah, I think I see a Real House right there on the brown show.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more.
Oh, I'm gonna throw it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm getting greedy. From all the like ex-housewives who have come and gone, who do you miss the most? It'd be like Aviva, Heather, whatever.
You know what? I only this season really start to spend some really good quality time with my co-stars and friends because having the house and 5,000 square feet and being at court over custody and over money and worrying about giving my daughter stability and just really reinventing myself and going back to my fashion roots, I didn't have time. I didn't remember I said I was in Paris eating croissants at night and going to museums. I really wasn't giving enough time to anybody, so I don't miss anybody that's on. I'm reconnecting with people. I'm only just reconnecting even with Jill, who always reaches out to me. You're gonna see her this year.
All right, last question. Brown shirt.
Sonja, are you looking for a new intern?
I don't think I could spend 2 hours with you in the same room. I'm always looking for interns I'm terrible to work with because I'm tough. It's my way or the highway, and I really look at the resume. It has to be a very good GPA, and also what are your charities? What do you give back to? I like to align with those. So animals, youth, artists, and LGBT.
Okay, so right before we sign off, I just have to say a huge, huge thank you to our sponsor, Hey You. As reality TV lovers, you need to download it. And you can binge watch every single episode Sonja's on from season 3, so you can go all the way back and rewatch.
Everything's on BravoTV.com and Hey You.
Hey, yeah. And I have to
And
say,
Hey You's in 8 countries, 8
Yeah.
cities.
international
He's
phenomenon.
international like me.
International fashion.
So I just have to wrap up, but I just want to say thank you all for coming. It really, really, really means a lot.
Who makes your socks? I'm dying to know. Mr. Chic, say la vie. Are those Philly? Are they the vineyard, whatever?
I got it from this boutique in Toronto.
Well, you're very handsome.
Thank you. But thank you to everybody. Let's give a round of applause for the bar staff. We have to give a special shout out to all the food was catered by Nadia from MasterChef Canada. I wanted her to come out and say something, but she's over there.
Oh, come over. Chef. The chef must come over. That's
Come over,
customary.
come over.
Maya, Master Chef. Everyone knows her.
Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed the food.
Yes.
I really wanted to represent spring, a new energy, and I hope you loved it.
I really loved it.
And thank you to everybody that's helped put today together. There's so many of you to list, but honestly, from the bottom of my heart, this is even better than I imagined. And just to have all of you in this room, this beautiful energy, is really, really special. So honestly, thank you.
Who's coming to the brunch?
And you all better get to brunch on Saturday. It's at the Assembly Hall. You can visit thirst.ca to buy your tickets. You can follow us on social at This Is Thirst. You can follow Hey You at Hey You Canada. You can follow Sonja Morgan where?
It's Sonja T. Morgan, but I think if you just do SONJ, you'll find me. Because if you type it's Sonja with a sexy J.
And I'm so happy you guys got
Cabaret every day for you.
Brunch is not going to be sober.
Yeah, brunch is going to be lit, so please come and let's
That's
have
the term
fun.
I know. Let's get lit.
So now we're going to do
Be a straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah.
Don't be a drag. Be a queen.
cam, do
Oh
some
yeah, now we
photos?
can do photos with you guys.
Yeah, but if we can make it, I know we all want to sit and chat, but let's try to make it as quick so everybody can grab a photo.
Yeah.
And thank you again, and give it up for